Welcome back to more replay reviews. Today we are going against Gladiator Beast with our offering zombie deck, and let's see how it goes. Yeah, we're going second. He goes first. You got 600 rating. I got about 900 at the moment. And yeah, just first turn he just establishes the what's it called, Laquari with the chariot to be able to probably go for the Prisma play next turn, which is fine, I guess. Could just like do nothing and hold the Prisma Tiger play as well. But I guess this works out as well for him. Just like a little bit more of a threat already on board without like playing into any traps next turn, like bottomless or something like that. So that's pretty decent, I guess. And it does lose, however, to Book of Moon. I run over the Laquari. It's pretty good value here for us. And yeah, we should have probably Dustinated here. But yeah, I guess we didn't. So that's a bit of a misplay for sure. Because yeah, it's better to just resolve the tomato here. And here we don't really have to Dustinate, but I do anyway. Because the chariot is not really stopping Amizuki from running over his what's it called? Equest. Yeah, but it's fine. So he just goes for the Prisma and he goes for the crash, which is fine. We just deprison that and then we draw the Starlight Road to stop the Geyser's play that's coming now next turn, so that was pretty fortunate for us. Und dann geht's weiter. Then yeah, we keep going. And yeah, he just has Book of Moon for the Reaper, which is fine trade. And now let's think about this. We do set 2 again because we have Road, and he has the opportunity to go for a Test Tiger Prisma play again. But I think again he chooses not to. Just really cautious with this play for some reason. And yeah, luckily it's just like a Prisma, so you can't take out into a Mamillo or what's it called? Equest, or not, what's the other one called? Darius, to get the Bestiary back. So that's pretty good for us. We don't really have the Mirror Force here. I guess we could if we want to stop the Geyser's next turn. We have Starlight Road anyway, so it is fine. He has Mirror Force and Book of Moons, so quite a lot of backroad to choose through. But at the moment I'm not really considering to try anything to break through them. I'm just gonna have to set the tomato here and hopefully plays into it. Or we might have to synchro with it with like a non-ideal monster with the diva together next turn. But yeah, we just want to see how this develops for now. Best scenario is he attacks the Zip, and he does. And yeah, here I get the Goblin Zombie. Yeah, I could also get Sangan actually to be able to make a Stardust with the Reaper and what's it called? With the Reaper and the Diva and the Sangan, yeah, but I wasn't really thinking about that at the moment, but yeah, because I also have the Stardust Road, it's not that important anyway. I just go for the Goblin Zombie, and if I would not draw the card I'm drawing next turn, that is usually game here. But I do draw the second Diva, so we don't have a Lisa set up anymore. Or is it actually Lisa without another monster in hand? I think we would probably have to still draw another monster or something like that. To discard with Zombie Master then. For it to be actually Lisa, but yeah, most of the time it would be Lisa if we don't draw exactly the second Diva here. So I do think we decide to go for the Heavy Storm to play around stuff like Bottomless and yeah, Book of Moon, which would also kind of interrupt our synchro play. This is fine here. Yeah, we just go for Diva. Diva with the Goblin Zombie. Max Bryanek. Unfortunately, we can't. We don't have the second Diva. Just really bad. And then we don't really see how this plays out, though, unfortunately, because he's gonna scoop now. I don't think it was in that bad of a spot. I probably would just attack over the Prisma and then attack with the Reaper direct. And then like bounce the Reaper, main phase 2, I think. And then like activate Book of Life to banish the Bestiary. So you can't go for a Geyser's play on the comeback. And then I don't know, would have to do something like get Test Tiger, go into like a Laquari, run over the Mizuki, and then go into Mamillo, destroy the Bryonic. So like he still had options for sure. If he draws a Gladiator Beast, for sure, unless I hit like the Test Tag as well, but then like still has the Book of Moon he could just run over the Briar with, so with the Gladiator Beast. So yeah, I don't know why he scooped really. Maybe just didn't want to get hand ripped. Fair enough, I guess. It does feel bad. But yeah, that was the game. So how long did this take? 6 minutes. Okay. So I think we're actually gonna go for another one because this was just a quick 2-0. We do want to go over another replay. So yeah, Gladiator Beast, normally a tough matchup, but I think our opponent did some weird plays and like we drew decent enough, other than drawing the second Diva, that we could navigate to a victory, which was nice. And now the next replay. I believe this is against Amaryliss again. Yeah. I think this is the second Amaryliss replay we have in these 14 games. So let's see. Yeah, I think the second and only. So that's the last Amaryliss action we'll get this session here. But let's see how it goes. We open up with Mizuki and Bottomless. Yeah, just establish the Mizuki so won't get Bottomless later on. And then, yeah, he just starts with a kind of bricky hand. And yeah, it has Dust Shit, sends back a Turtle, that's fine. We don't really have much here. We do risk the D prison because we have the book anyway to dodge it. At this point, we don't know what we're up against. Amaryliss usually doesn't play D prison, but yeah, that's alright so far. And then he does draw the Titania, so he still can't do anything, I think. Yep. And we just keep going with the with the Mizuki beats, okay. A great gameplay for sure. And we do set more into a potential heavy storm, but it's fine. He still has 2 backrows of his own, so it's fine. Now Merfolk is gone, so we don't have to worry about that for the rest of the game. And he does have Mark of the Rose here, but he doesn't have a monster in graveyard. I can get one with the Phoenix Wing though. Okay. So he sent back, what did he send back? I don't even know right now. Something, I guess. And then we just Bottomless the Titania. The guy is just making kind of desperate plays right now. Takes a Mizuki, but he has no conversion. So yeah, it just doesn't matter. Ah, he sent back up Book of Moon, I see. That's fine. Yeah, he gets this back, but it doesn't really matter. He's just gonna poke for 17, but like I'm way ahead on the damage race, so it's all good here. Now it finally decides to set the debris to block attacks. And what do we decide to do? We just we just poke in. There's not really much you can do, no point in activating a Torrential here. And then he tries to put my goblin zombie back on top. And I'm like, no. I just keep it. I want it to end up in a graveyard eventually. Don't want to get set back a turn here. Think we are actually ahead pretty much. I don't think there's like any trap that's gonna do that much more than this Wing Blast anyway. And we still have the Tarantula for a potential other trap anyway. Okay, he recognizes he should not attack a Goblin Zombie because that would just give us Plague and then we can go into a Synchro with Mizuki. And yeah, we also have back removal, which he doesn't know, but I mean, it's almost to be expected that I have something to keep playing even after the Tarantula, whether it's back removal or extender. So yeah, we'd have the Black Rose here, and then are we at 3 darks? Not yet. But we have offering, of course, so yeah, we can just easily get to 3 darks, and then yeah, we make Go Your Guardian here, we drop Dark Armed. So yeah, he didn't really draw a great hand. We didn't draw that crazy either, but yeah, he's just bricked, so there was not much for him to do in this game. So for Amaryliss, I'm probably just bringing in Dust Tornadoes and Diners and Kaikus is what I imagine, and let's see what we draw. None of that, okay. Actually, draw Kaius, which I sometimes side out. I don't think I did in this round. That's fine. And yeah, Mind Control is something you could also consider siding out, honestly. They don't play that many Raikos anyway. But I'm okay with like Mind Control in this year. It's honestly fine. Yeah, let's see what he does here. Okay. Okay, just attacks the Goblin Zombie and then he mills and just mills the Crow, okay. And yeah, he sets the Dust Student. I don't really respect it and I don't go for the standby phase MST, which is honestly fair because it could easily be a Wing Blast anyway. So I don't think that's really a misplay. But what he does is a misplay here and he takes a Kaius, so yeah, it's just dead. I'm pretty sure. This is why we play the Illblood actually. Because if we wouldn't play Illblood, this was just a Goblin and Diva without another monster to discard would not be lethal. If you just play Zombie Master, you always need like another monster in hand to discard to get to the classic 8000 line with Bryo, Goyo, Goblin, and Zombie Master. But here we can do some like Illblood bounce itself shenanigans. Yeah, that's what we do here. Yep, just like quickly go for the Briar almost immediately, but that's not what you want to do here. Yeah. No, we actually do this. I thought we would take the Briar back and go for a Gaia Knight actually, which I think would have been a better play. I guess there's a way to do it here as well. Let's see. Okay, we take the Goyo back here and then go for this. I guess we can still do it here. Yeah. Just get back the Goblin with Illblood here and then bounce the Illblood. Then, no, bounce Illblood and then we get to search the second Goblin and the second Goblin will get, I don't know, yeah, we already considered a second Goblin, so we have to play a little bit more risky. To basically, what's it called? To play a little bit more into Crow, but thank goodness, like he already milled a Crow, so less likely that he has one. Yeah. So yeah, we just have to basically go all in here. If he has Crow, it sucks. I think we could have played this a little bit better if he had like gone straight for the Illblood and then later for the Bryonic. Maybe it would have worked out better. That we would not have to use the Plague effect. We could just normal summon the Plague somehow and then tribute Synchro with the Goblin on field. I think I messed up the sequencing a little bit. So we have to play harder into Crow, but that's fine. So yeah, we just go for the Goyo now, and then yeah, exactly. We still have Mizuki in deck, so we can just discard Mizuki with Bryo, and then we have enough for Lethal. Yeah, he says lucky. I mean, he left me with the he left me with a diva, but I guess that's fair if he doesn't know I have offering. He didn't see it in the first game, I think, right? The first game was just no, he did see it in the first game, right? Yeah, so I think it's probably wrong to leave him as a diva then. If he sees the offering in the first game. Like the guys you could probably come back from somehow. Even though it's also not looking great. Yeah. Not that huge of a misplay, but it's still salty as fuck. Let's see, what are we at right now? So we're at 16 minutes, okay, so about as long as the last video. I think that's fine. Yeah, there's not that much else to say about this. Yeah, it was pretty lucky. I'm not gonna lie, to draw this combo first turn. Yeah, I don't know how big of a mistake I would say it is to take the diva. It's like, I would say it's a minor misplay, because like you have to expect that you're just gonna get destroyed by offering at this point when there's already the goblin zombie on field, so yeah, that's it. Anyway, I think I'll call it a day here, and we'll see ourselves in the next replay review session. Goodbye.